We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas in Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Tonight we continue with Wildcard Weekend with what should be a great one between the Arizona Cardinals and the Dallas Cowboys. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wildcard game. On the return, Andy Isabella. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
They'll start by running the option to the right. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. He'll have a first down past the 40. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
And that's definitely the way to get things started. That's the way it was drawn up in the locker room, in pregame, and everything. And they got it done right away, running the ball for a big game.
Back to Taylor on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll run with Taylor. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. It's big Trey Flowers getting in there that time for the sack.
Down. 3rd and long.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On the counter, it's Taylor. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating.
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Max Williams there to make the grab. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0.
Makes the score Cardinals 7, Cowboys nothing. Zane Gonzalez to kick off for Arizona.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. So flagged for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you...
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up, and then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe than returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that, because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. Flush to his right. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. The pass complete. It's Bird. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, here's Herbert. and his throw is going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first two drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They'll try and throw for it here. It's caught. Jones. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 17-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Facing a 2nd and 3, ball on the 10. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And a short pickup there down to about the 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Here's Herbert. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Here's Herbert. Forced out to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Now that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for...
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cardinals. KJ Hamler. 81 yards. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
For the extra point.
And it's 21-3.
Zane Gonzalez to kick off for Arizona.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
45-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Herbert's pass.
That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
At the 47-yard line.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. Open man Lamb, it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass and they get 12 yards out of it. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. Chase Young. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Looking deep for Julio. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
For Julio Jones, incomplete. It's now 4th down.
And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions. And here we go again. Looking downfield for Jones. He's got it at the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Wildcard matchup as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Zane Gonzalez to kick off for Arizona.
One of these These two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. On first down, it's Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off around the 27. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
11-yard line.
And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round.
The kick is
but I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel, make sure they get their security deposit back.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
20-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Let's get moving, guys."
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Chase Young able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Third down.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
3rd and long, it's Herbert looking deep for Julio. And that will be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Let's go, D.
Again, it's Taylor. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys 34. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Neville Gallimore on the stop.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
2nd and 6. Open man is Ross, complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
28, Cowboys 3.
On 2nd down now. It's Elliott. And this play a lot like the previous one. Thanks to that stout Cardinal defense. Back-to-back, they've been tackled behind the line. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And oh, he caught it up. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line.
Arizona.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8.
They run once more with Taylor.
Oh, my
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Looking deep for Elliott. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big play here for the Cowboys. And even 40 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And Jones has it over the middle. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
That's good.
33 yards that time. Out of the gun, Herbert. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Chase Young in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, but now it's 3rd and goal.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. He can run, fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys get a bit closer.
For the extra point.
Brandon, would you say they went from agony to elation in just a few quick seconds on that play?
Probably thought they were about to give it up in the red zone and then touchdown.
Yeah, there is absolutely no way that they drew it up and said this is the way it's supposed to be done. It just happened.
But the end will justify the means. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have bucked the trend so far. A sterling performance to this point on the road. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And the Cowboys have recovered. He had the option there, decided to keep it, exposed himself and fumbled it.
Yeah, and you worry about the hits he's going to take in that situation. In this case, not only does he take the hit, he coughs the ball up, as you noted.
A little juke. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 10-yard
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Julio Jones there to make the grab. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18.
makes the score Cardinals 35, Cowboys 17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. I'm sure the message as they come out onto the field was, hey, take care of the football, because the fumble last possession led to a touchdown. Still a 3-score game, though.
You don't want things to start to snowball. You know, one error leads to another, which leads to another, and then all of a sudden you're fighting.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
A pickup on the play.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out.
No gain on the.
Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. That's complete. Okuebunam. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And the Cardinals are going to have a first and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. Oh, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Goal at the 2-yard line.
And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. They'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Albert Okwuegbunam there to make the grab. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and they open the lead up now to 25. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Herbert. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jones. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Julio Jones. Incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
8 yards to go.
Again, Herbert. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. Now the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 27 yards on the gain there. And it's going to yield a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.